Good afternoon, everybody. You should be seeing video. You'll be seeing video in 2 seconds. I was intending for you to see video right now. Give me one moment. Let me get the video up. I believe this is from Pittsburgh that we're looking at here. Let's see. Is this working now? Hey, there we go. We got video. I got to turn the music down. There's music playing. Oops. Hang on a moment here. So, from what I understand, this is Pittsburgh, and this is going to be the first stop of the Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, Pennsylvania bus tour. So we're giving you a little coverage of this today. The day before the Democratic convention, Harris and Walz are campaigning in Western Pennsylvania on a bus tour. So I don't exactly know what all this video is going to be like, but they're about to do like a short rally in Pittsburgh. So that's, I believe, the airport there. One of our viewers, Lithron, says it's been a while since I've seen a bus tour. So, we don't cover every campaign event, but if it's something kind of unique like this, I like to cover it. So we'll see what it is. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. Oh, why am I hearing? I'm hearing myself. Oh, sorry. I'm hearing two of myself. Now I'm not anymore. Let me just. I kind of got on quickly, so I'm just setting up things here. All right, so if I do this, again, so the first event is at you'll see it in a second. There are a couple buses. So there are like two buses in front of a big crowd of people. So I believe we're waiting for both candidates to show up, but one of them might have showed up already. All right, look, see now, look, you'll see. Here are the buses. Here, look, you're going to see the buses right now. There's one bus on the left. I told you, it's a bus tour. So I just can't play the music right now. See, there's two buses. All right. Two buses now. I think we need two candidates. Let me get a little more information on this while we're waiting. One of our viewers says, I've never seen a bus. Give me a moment. Give me a moment here so I can tell you what's going on. Yes, Harris and Walz will campaign by bus in Pennsylvania the day before the convention. Look, I'll show you. Harris and Walz will campaign by bus in Pennsylvania before the Democratic convention, which is tomorrow. Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris and running mate Tim Walz will campaign by bus in southwestern Pennsylvania on Sunday, hoping to ride the wave of enthusiasm her candidacy has brought to the presidential race, to their party's nominating convention in Chicago this week. Harris and Walz will be joined by their spouses, Doug Emhoff and Gwen Walz, as they get on and off the bus in the Pittsburgh area to glad hand with voters. Harris and Emhoff were scheduled to deliver remarks at an event in the borough of Rochester in Beaver County, which Trump won in 2020, although he lost the general election to Biden. Southwestern Pennsylvania is a critical part of a key battleground state that has long commanded the attention of presidential candidates, says AP. Pennsylvania went Trump in 2016 and Biden in 2020. Most polls find Harris and Trump locked in a tight race in Pennsylvania. Yesterday, we covered Trump's rally in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, in northeast Pennsylvania. This will be Harris's 8th trip to Pennsylvania this year, and her second trip there this month. Now this is interesting. They're going to be in southwestern PA. I have to change my headline. It's Southwest Pennsylvania. Let's see if I can do this. In Southwest Pencil. Oops. There we go. By the way, Kristen Kamfak, Associate Professor of Political Science at University of Pittsburgh, told AP, this is a state that traditionally has been super important. But southwestern Pennsylvania has been really kind of the battleground part of the battleground state. Allegheny County, which includes Pittsburgh, is a diverse county with urban, suburban, and rural areas. A lot of people who haven't decided how they will vote, she said. It makes sense to come here and ask for votes because there are votes for up for grabs here, she said. All right. Again, this is Pittsburgh, I believe. According to Reuters, we're in Pittsburgh. You can see some security there. There are 2 buses. We are waiting for the arrival of the candidates. Oh, Louis R., that's so kind of you. Oh, Louis R. said Air Force 2 is over Martinsburg, West Virginia. Oh, that's a good idea, Louis R. Let me see if I can pull up what flight Air Force 2 on Flight Tracker. Can I? Is it on? Is it even on Flight Tracker? Is it on Radar Box or Flight Radar 24? I guess a plane got there before, and a bunch of like SUVs pulled up to it, but that might have been an advanced plane or something. Well, actually, there's maybe that's Walz. I don't know when Walz is getting there. I don't think she's there yet. Somebody said it's on, is it on ADSB Exchange? Which I don't have the rights to show you, but I can look it up myself. I don't see it on, I'm looking in the chat here. If anyone's tracking it on, I'm going to change my headline to campaign. Harris and Walz to campaign in Southwest Pennsylvania on bus tour. Oh, by the way, there have been some like rocket alerts and stuff in Israel, and I'm keeping an eye on it. There's rocket alerts every day pretty much, and there's also drone alerts every day. So I'm not going to be, spending a lot of time covering the rocket and drone alerts unless they are kind of a bigger thing than usual. They are bigger than usual. I have no information right now that the big response is going on. Certainly, if it did happen, we would cover it. So I will keep an eye on that for you guys and keep you up to date on that. Do we cover every Trump rally? No. We cover some events from both candidates, especially as we are getting closer to the election. We covered a Trump rally yesterday. We covered Harris's first major policy speech 2 days ago, and we're going to be covering the Democratic convention starting tomorrow, just like we covered the Republican convention. Yeah, these are rocket alerts in northern Israel. So again, I'll keep an eye on the rocket alert situation, but those do happen every day pretty much. All right, so what I need to do. Oh, did anybody figure out if you could see? By the way, thank you again, Louis R. That's very kind of you. Is anyone figuring out if you could see the Air Force 2 on any of the flight trackers? I didn't seem to see it on Flight Radar 24. But feel free to post in the chat. I'll check a couple others too. And we'll have volume as soon as like they're speaking without the music playing. I don't know what this video is going to be like. Oh, see, there's a plane there. This is what I was talking about. So has one of them arrived? Because there is a plane with lots of SUVs, so I don't know. And it's one day before the Democratic convention. All right, where is... Oh, AF2. Some of our viewers, Aaron My Tire, posted a tracking or an airplane code. Hold on a second here. Is this it? Did I find it? That's weird. Oh, I think I did find it. Hang on a second here. How do we get to there? I think one of our viewers might have found as some people walk over, I think one of the viewers might have found the flight tracker for the flight. Why is it doing this? Live flights. Show on map. More. Hide other aircraft. Okay, is this it? Hey guys, I think this might be it on Flight Tracker. Look. Right there. So, I think that might be it. Someone can tell me. It does say United States of America. It says United States Air Force. It's a big plane. It certainly has the right colors. And it was flying. It took off from D.C., which I think it took off from Joint Base Andrews. Did it? Well, it's roughly the area it would take off from. I don't know. Maybe it didn't take off from there. But it is heading towards Pittsburgh. So I think maybe that is it. Justin says that's it. And it would be going towards Pittsburgh, which is here. So it's not far away. So let me go back and forth here. Hey, thanks, Janet Burnett, for the gift memberships. I really appreciate it, Janet. Thank you. And thank you also to Bill Fisher for your support. I appreciate it, Bill. That's really nice of you, Bill. Thanks for your comment. So again, yeah, Mark Johnson says that's definitely it. From Flight Radar 24. Oh, left from Camp Springs. It left from Camp Springs. Camp Springs is in Maryland. Do they have an airport there? Oh, Andrews Air Force Base. She left from Andrews Air Force Base, which is in Camp Springs. That's the idea. I think, oh, I don't know if it's in Camp Springs, actually. It was built as Camp Springs Air Force Base, Andrews Air Force Base. I'm assuming it's in Camp Springs. According to Reuters, she did leave from Andrews Air Force Base. That is where she left from. Now, what airport are they at? Is this like a big airport? I don't know. I'd love to tell you the airport that she's going to. And then I could show you on the map. Settings. I gotta show airport pins. Pin. Oh, look. Hey guys, I pulled it up. I pulled it up here on Flight Radar 24. Check it out. All right. There's Pittsburgh. It must be this. It must be Pittsburgh Allegheny County Airport. Well, actually, no, it doesn't have to be. Must be. Pittsburgh Allegheny County Airport here. This is Flight Radar 24. You can actually turn on the labels on the airports. Pittsburgh Allegheny County Airport there, and Pittsburgh International Airport there. I would think she's going to Allegheny just to cause less of a disruption at International. But if she's going to Pittsburgh Allegheny Airport, it's right there. Oh, descending now. Yes, the flight is descending. The flight is descending. Let me show you a little 3D view here. Let's check out some 3D view from Flight Radar 24. Oh, look, it's the plane. Flight Radar 24 has graphics of it. It's Air Force 2. It's Air Force 2. They actually have the graphics on Flight Radar of the plane. Look at that. How about that? How about that, guys? How about that? Oh my gosh. It's almost like there's a drone next to it or something. I didn't know they had the graphics. Oh, come on. All right, so you can see that the altitude is going down. And I'll go back here. So that's Pittsburgh. They're waiting for her in Pittsburgh. They are waiting for her in Pittsburgh live. Okay? And then that's the plane. That's Air Force 2 from Flight Radar 24, which is now down to 9,975 feet. Why am I not? Oh, yeah. These are other planes over here. Now, where is it going? Air Force 2 is trackable. I'm literally, yes. I'm tracking it. Oh, there, look, there's the buses. There are the buses, guys, right there. They are the Harris Walz buses. I can't put the sound on yet because there's music playing. But, so yeah, this is like an interesting campaign event. We cover campaign events from both candidates sometimes. Thank you to Philadelphia Eagles gal, who might be in Pennsylvania right now. But yeah, you can go flightradar24.com. Let me just go back to the map for a second. Okay, so she is flying presumably, or I don't know. Is she flying to Allegheny County Airport? Because she's getting very close if she is. There's Allegheny County Airport there, and then there's Pittsburgh International Airport there. I assume it's one of these two. Okay. Yes, she's supposed to do yes, I believe she's doing a speech right here. I don't think all these people are sitting there to watch her get on the bus. I think she and Walz are supposed to say something at this event right here that you're looking at the airport first, and then they get on the bus, or the bus is. All right, so let me do this. Let's go back to 3D view. Look, it's Air Force 2. Clark thinks it's going to Pittsburgh International. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Oh, Frank says they're landing at Pittsburgh International. Ah, so Pittsburgh International is up here. So she's getting very close to that now, too. Hold on a second. Let me show you this. Check out this video. Oh, we got cheering people. We got cheering people. We're giving you little campaign coverage today. Not every day you see a bus tour. Now, I think... I can't play the music, but you can hear the people cheering there. Okay, so... they're down about 6,500 feet on the plane. It does look like maybe they're going to Pittsburgh International, which is right here. Oh, there's a helicopter up there. Yes. There's an unmarked helicopter there. Good point. Good spot by our viewer. There is a helicopter in the air right there on Flight Radar 24. That's going over there right now. And where's her plane? What happened to her plane? Oh, no. There's her plane. It's getting close. 3D view. It's time for 3D view. Oh, was that a state police helicopter? Did it say? I didn't see. Hold on. No, that's not it. This says... It might say on like ADSB Exchange or something. I'll check. Hold on. There's the scene right there. Hold on. According to ADSB Exchange, that is a Pennsylvania State Police helicopter. Ooh, I bet they're gonna get the plane coming in. Maybe. Give me one moment here. What do I have to do? Where is this? Okay, turn this off. One moment, please. Okay. Let's go back to the flight radar. Okay, I think that's the helicopter right there. I think that is the state police helicopter. Maybe, because there is a helicopter on flight radar flying around the airport, and we just saw it, I think. Really quick, flight radar 24, check it out, guys. Her plane is right there. That is Air Force 2. If we go to 3D view on flight radar 24, we can see the lovely animation there they have, the lovely graphic of the plane. And do we see the airport yet? Not quite, but I don't want to miss the shot live, so let's go there. Stone Cold says the airspace has been cleared. Let's see. I'm sure we'll see it in a second here. People are excited in the crowd. They're cheering. People know that she is getting close. Maybe they're watching on flight radar. Why are we covering this? Because we cover interesting or noteworthy campaign events, because it is a campaign event in the presidential race to basically be the most arguably the most powerful person in the world. So that's why we're covering it. We cover events of both candidates. And I think it's really interesting video. Is that the airport there? I can't tell. Let's see. Let's go back here. She is there's the airport right there. There's the airport. There's the plane. Plane, airport. Plane, airport. Okay, let's do this. Ooh, why don't I have it on satellite shot? What if I do this? Settings. Where's hybrid? Hybrid. Ooh, I like that a little better. There's the plane. There's the airport. Okay. All right. Do we see, can we see the airport now? Is that the airport right there? Is that it? Is that it on the 3D view right over there? There's Air Force 2, guys. See it? Air Force 2. Right over here? I think that's it, isn't it? That's it. Barry says that's it. All right, let's see if they have it on camera yet. They don't have it on camera yet. They don't have it on camera, but we have it thanks to flightradar24.com. Waiting for them to show it on the camera. Oh, are they going to pick it up on the camera? Let's see. Oh, guys, double angle coverage. Double angle coverage for you. Andre says 3D flight is amazing. I love the 3D view. Oh my gosh, look what's happening here. Thank you, Walter Beasley. Walter says, thank you for covering both sides. My pleasure, Walter. Thank you, Walter. We will be covering the Democratic Convention tomorrow. There might be protests. We might have protest coverage tomorrow, too. I see the camera zooming in. I see the camera zooming in. Let's see. It's stormy weather. You can see the 3D view. It's coming into view. The flight is out of coverage. All right, we lost the radar view. It's no longer on Flight Radar 24. They lost coverage of it on Flight Radar 24, so we now have to stick with our live camera. I just got the pop-up message on Flight Radar 24. So now we will wait at the airport, and Pittsburgh International Airport, and soon that plane will come into view. There is no other plane. Looks like it's like landing there right now, it looks like. Because I'm looking on the radar. But maybe one will land or take off soon. All right, anyways, this is our shot. We don't have it on the flight radar. This is the one. Oh, there it is. There it is. She just landed. She just landed. Look, it's just like it looked on Flight Radar 24. There it is. All right, they're playing music, so I can't play the sound, but it just drove by. It just drove by. All right. I wonder if that plane right there is Walz's plane. This one we're looking at right there, N907SA. Walz's plane flew from St. Paul, Minnesota to... Sorry, that plane you just saw did fly from Minnesota to Pittsburgh. So the plane that we just saw sitting there, that jet on Flight Radar 24, look, you'll see it. That's the plane that we just saw. And it flew from Minneapolis area to Pittsburgh. So that, my guess is that's Walz, given that he's the governor of Minnesota. Okay, hold on a second. So I think that other plane was his plane, and it's already there, and now she's getting there. Big Berg says that's my fire department station there. You mean at the airport? That's pretty cool. All right. So again, there's music playing. We're bringing you a little video campaign video. Oh, there it is. There's Air Force 2 right there. There is Air Force 2. Again, Harris and Walz doing some campaigning today in the key battleground state of Pennsylvania, perhaps the biggest battleground state of them all, perhaps the most important state to win in this election. There is the plane coming in, and they are campaigning according to AP. AP calls the Southwest Pennsylvania the battleground area of the battleground state. Wow, there it is. There it is. Oh, thanks so much to Shauna Kathleen. I really appreciate that, Shauna Kathleen. Thank you. And thanks for shouting out our moderators. Crap, we've been so busy, I forgot to shout out our moderators. I'm going to shout them out in a second. Hang on a moment here. There it is. There's Air Force 2. There is Air Force 2. Air Force 2, says Wikipedia, is the air traffic control designated call sign held by any U.S. Air Force aircraft carrying the vice president. The term is often associated with the Boeing C-32, a modified 757. I got to say, I don't know if people did this before. I don't know if Obama did this. Trump definitely would do this. When Trump was president, he would hold events, and I've been at least one of them, where covering it, where he would, and I'm sure if you've watched Trump rallies when he was president, I'm sure you've seen this. He would hold events where he would pull the plane right up to the crowd. And I don't know if candidates or presidents or vice presidents did that before this with these campaign events, because this is a campaign event. So maybe, I don't know if Trump is the one who started this, but she is doing it now. Thank you, Ava F. Thank you, Ava, for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let me thank our moderators. So we have modding right now. Ruth Krafasi is over there on YouTube. Thank you so much, Ruth. And Beezy is there. Thank you, Beezy, for moderating. Linda Belk and Larry moderate for us on X. Let's see. I don't know that one of our viewers says, will she take tough questions? I don't know. She might get questions from people on the campaign stops. I'm not sure. Hey, thanks to Sarah and I Got That Fire for moderating on Twitch. I think it's neat video. I mean, not every day you see this live video like this. Thank you also, Shaft, for the gift memberships. This is one day before the Democratic Convention, which we will be covering. Thanks, Kay Lowry Body, for moderating on Facebook. Thank you, Kay. Thanks to all of our mods. I think they're still playing music. Yeah, there's still music playing. Oh, thank you so much, Boz from Canada. Thank you, Boz, for your support. So you can see this is at Pittsburgh International Airport, and we got 2 buses. I wonder, do they take both buses? Are both buses going to the same campaign stops? That I do not know. I assume one is for Walz and one's for Harris, although maybe one's for both of them and the other is for like other people from the campaign. We'll have to see. But Kamala Harris is going to be getting out of that plane. Okay, I have an update for you. Reuters says this will be a 4-stop bus tour of Western Pennsylvania. I believe it's all in southwestern Pennsylvania. 4 stops. The door is opening. The door is opening. The door is opening. Oh, probably not traveling together. That's an interesting. Maybe they're not traveling together. That's a good, for safety reasons, for security reasons. That's interesting. Yes, she's supposed to be speaking here. There's all these people here. As I understand it, this is like a they're going to make some kind of speech here. At least she is. But that was my understanding. Yeah, well, it says Pittsburgh arrival and Pittsburgh rally. I assume this is the rally. I don't know why they would have all these people there if she's not speaking. It would seem kind of silly to me if she didn't speak here. So I assume they're going to say something to this big crowd of people that's been waiting for probably hours. One of our viewers, H. Schwartz, says you can cover more ground if you're separate. So maybe they'll break up and go to different stops. Hey, a quick thank you, by the way. I really appreciate it. Sherry Morrissey. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry says she's been watching the channel from the beginning. I really appreciate that, Sherry. Thank you so much, Sherry, for your support. Let me just mention a little background here. Reuters says that Kamala Harris is taking her presidential campaign to the critical state of Pennsylvania today before heading to Chicago, where the Democratic convention is starting tomorrow. Let's see here. Harris and her running mate Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, plan a bus tour beginning in Pittsburgh and will make several stops during the day through Allegheny and Beaver counties, areas that her campaign considers critical to winning Pennsylvania. Just yesterday, Trump did a rally, which we covered yesterday, in northeast Pennsylvania in Wilkes-Barre. Pennsylvania was one of the 3 Rust Belt states, along with Wisconsin and Michigan, that helped power Republican Trump's upset victory in the 2016 election. Biden, who grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, flipped the trio back to the Democrats in 2020, and Harris aims to hold on to them. After her Pennsylvania appearances, Harris will be going to Chicago for the convention, starting tomorrow. President Biden will be speaking tomorrow at the convention. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. We're looking. Looks like maybe a little windy there. What is the temperature there? Hang on a second here. It's 78 degrees. It looked like maybe it was cold, but it is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. It looks like it's a bit windy, though. We got the close-up. The camera switched to the close-up. Live. Harris arrives in PA for bus tour with Walz. Is that good? Can I fit in Pennsylvania, the whole word? Pennsylvania? Oh, yeah. Oops. That's obviously a typo there. Obviously a typo there. That's better. Okay. I don't know how much time it's going to take between the different stops. I can't imagine it's going to take them that much time between different stops, because if they're making 4 stops, they don't want to spend like hours and hours driving around. Thanks for joining us for our live campaign coverage today. I appreciate you guys being with us. We will be covering the Democratic convention tomorrow. I'm planning on having full coverage unless, say, there's some other huge news that we have to do double coverage for, like Israel news. And also, we very well might be covering tomorrow, like around like noon or 1 p.m. We might have protest coverage. There's supposed to be tens of thousands of people protesting at the convention, or outside the convention tomorrow. So we might have coverage of the protest before the convention. I'm going to get you an update about that as well in a second, as we wait for Kamala Harris to get off Air Force Two. So I'm just checking up here. AP reports that thousands of activists are expected to converge on Chicago this week for the Democratic National Convention, hoping to call attention to abortion rights, economic injustice, and the war in Gaza. Demonstrations are expected every day of the convention. And while their agendas vary, many activists agree an immediate ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war is the priority. Oh, there's an abortion rights march today on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. And the largest group, the Coalition to March on the DNC, has planned demonstrations on Monday and Thursday. Organizers say they expect at least 20,000 activists, including students who protested the war on college campuses. The convention itself will draw an estimated 50,000 people, including delegates, activists, and journalists. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate the programming suggestion. Not currently planning on covering that, Andrew, but I do appreciate the programming suggestion. Andrew, thanks for your support. We're waiting for Kamala Harris to get off the plane, and I believe she will be speaking. And I believe Walz's plane is already there, I believe. I think we're still hearing there's still music there. Yeah, I can't play the sound yet because it's just copyrighted music. Let me read some more comments too from you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with things. But this is the bus tour. The Harris Walz bus tour. In southwestern Pennsylvania. Hang on a second. I'm also just making sure I didn't miss any other breaking news. I have to keep checking. I forget to check. We are still waiting for her to appear. We are still waiting for her to appear. Again, according to Associated Press, they say that Harris and Walz will campaign by bus in southwestern Pennsylvania today. Their spouses will be with them, Doug Emhoff and Gwen Walz. The spouses will be with them as they get on and off the bus in the Pittsburgh area to glad hand with voters. Where are they? So are they going to stop at like a restaurant? Like, I don't know what these campaign stops are today. Harris and Emhoff are scheduled to deliver remarks at an event in the borough of Rochester in Beaver County. So it sounds like maybe they're going to go on different buses to different stops. Southwestern Pennsylvania is a critical part of a key battleground state that has long commanded the attention of presidential candidates. The state voted for Trump in 2016 and for Biden in 2020. Most polls say the race is tight in Pennsylvania. I have heard a number of analysts say that they think that whoever wins Pennsylvania, that you can't win the presidency without Pennsylvania. And Kristen Kanthak, associate professor of political science at the University of Pittsburgh, told AP, southwestern Pennsylvania has been really kind of the battleground part of the battleground state. Allegheny County, which includes Pittsburgh, is a diverse county with urban, suburban, and rural areas, says AP, and a lot of people who haven't decided how, this expert said, and a lot of people there haven't decided how they will vote. Oh, there she is. There is the First Lady and the First Lady. The Vice President and the First Gentleman is what I was trying to say. The Vice President and the First Gentleman, Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff. There you go. There you go. All right. Again, I think they're still playing music. Okay, they're still playing music. I got to hold off. I'm sorry. Second Gentleman. My brain has stopped working. It's Second Gentleman. My brain stopped working today. Thank you, chat, for correcting me. Yes, he's the second gentleman of the United States. I'm sorry. So are they going to drive them over to the crowd? How is this working? Does the car drive her over to the crowd? That was my bad. He could be the first gentleman if she wins the election. The Washington Post had a headline saying Doug Emhoff could be the first gentleman. Okay, they drove her over. I think they just drove her over. How are we doing on music? Oh, they're still playing music. They're still playing music. I don't know. They might have like restrictions. There might be airport restrictions on who can walk on the tarmac, and it's also I would not be surprised if like the Secret Service was just like, we do not let our people we're protecting walk anywhere on the tarmac. We want them always protected. So. Jobber says she was driven over there for protection. There she is right there. Okay, there is Vice President Harris. There she is. I gotta be careful with the music, guys. Hey, there's Tim Walz. There's Harris and Walz. They're both there. They are both there, and both spouses are there. Gwen Walz and Doug Emhoff. The both candidates and the spouses are there. All right. So there you go. I got to change the headline. Harris and Walz begin Pennsylvania bus tour. Okay, we'll have sound when the music stops. There they are. All right. All right, guys. There we go. Let me get me off. Well, no, you can see them. You can see them. Oh, they're talking. They're with their spouses. All four of them are together. They're all together. There you go. Now they're going to different places. Are they getting on the bus? Are they speaking? They're greeting people. Maybe they're not speaking. Are they not speaking, or what's happening? They're certainly saying hi to people. Okay, they're saying hi. They are saying hi. Breaking news, they're saying hi. Thanks to Lady Butterfly, our member. All right, so again, they are playing music. So I can't play the sound right now because I do not own the rights to, for example, Beyonce songs. There is a sign in front of her face. Breaking news, there's a sign in front of her face. But you can see her husband right now. Oh, there she is. All right. She is saying hello. Maybe they told them to take down the signs. I don't know. Let's see. How are we doing on sound? Oh, no. Oh, we got so much music playing. We got so much music playing. Are they going to speak? Are they going to speak? Hang on a second here. Now, I wonder also, are we going to have like any footage of when they get on the bus? Will they be like, will we get like a more coverage soon screen, or will we have like, is there like a press bus that's going to be following the Kamala bus that we get footage of as it's driving around? That I don't know. All right, bringing you live coverage here. They are in southwestern Pennsylvania. Now we can see that. We can see people's phones. We here at Agenda Free TV, this channel, we will have coverage tomorrow, starting tomorrow, of the Democratic Convention. Planning on giving you the full convention. Unless there's other big news, we might have to do double coverage, and we might have some protest coverage tomorrow. We very well could have protest coverage tomorrow before the convention. Tens of thousands of protesters expected to march tomorrow outside the convention. Yeah, you know, one of the viewers said I never saw a podium. I think I agree with you. Yeah, Aaron Jones said that. I didn't see a podium. So maybe they're not speaking here. I would have thought they would say a little something, but they're also on a schedule. So maybe the point was like you get to come and greet them. We get some good close-ups of Secret Service too. Chappie says meet and greet. The schedule on Reuters said Pittsburgh arrival, Pittsburgh rally, bus tour commences. But maybe this is what the rally is. One of the viewers thinks it's the campaign staff. I don't know about that. I don't know who's there. I don't know who's in the crowd. There's Walz right there. It's Walz. So maybe they're not saying anything at this first stop. But they are making several stops. Give me a moment. I'm just checking a couple things here. Bringing you live coverage. You can see the vice president right there. So we'll see. We'll see if she says anything. So Reuters describes this as supporters waiting for Harris in Pittsburgh. They're described as supporters. I don't know who is in that crowd exactly. My guess is that some of these must be people they know, because like she's spending a bunch of time talking to that person. So I don't know who that person is. I'd be surprised if it was just like a random person. Barry says donors maybe. I would not be surprised if it's donors. Whereas Walz, they're going to show Walz. There's Walz right there. But I don't know. Maybe it's not donors. Thomas Darwin thinks it's big donors. Our viewer, Mommy Dearest, says they are campaigning in their own way, and I think that's fine. Mary McHugh, too, wishes she could be there. So we don't cover every event from both candidates, but if an event is kind of novel or interesting or potentially like more newsworthy, we cover it. You know, and look, as we get closer to the election, I mean, we're only 2.5 months away. So I think these events are important. But I don't know that I've ever done coverage of a bus tour. So I thought it'd be interesting to see some of the bus tour. We did the Trump rally yesterday. All right, now she's leaving. All right, now what's happening now? All right, she did not speak. Is that Jerome Bettis? Is that Pittsburgh Steelers football running back? I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but I believe that was Jerome Bettis. Former Pittsburgh Steelers running back Jerome Bettis. The bus. Yes, the bus, as one of our viewers said. Jerome Bettis is with Kamala Harris. He played for 13 seasons in the NFL, says Wikipedia. He is in the Hall of Fame. Jerome Bettis is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They just took a selfie. They just took a selfie. MW Pitt says, yes, that was Bettis. Jerome Bettis just happened to be there. All right, so now what's happening? Okay, it says Harris Walz. Now, all right, are they still playing music? Yeah, I can't have the sound on because the sound is pretty much just like copyrighted music. They are both getting on the same bus. They are both getting on the same bus or not? Yes, they both got on the same bus. Okay, so there are two buses. They're waving goodbye. There are two buses, but both candidates are on the same bus. So is the second bus a press bus? Are we going to get camera coverage from it? I don't know what. Maybe we're going to have to. We might lose coverage for a few minutes or something. So bear with me. Let me see. I don't know what's coming next. I don't know what video is coming next. We might take a. We'll see what we got. I don't think they're going very far. All these stops are in Southwest Pennsylvania. H. Schwartz says they are traveling together. I am surprised. They are both on the same bus right now. Well, let me say this. They both got on the same bus, but maybe they're just going to talk on the bus, and then two of them will get, and then one and their spouse will get off. Right? because they haven't really got a chance to talk in private since they got there. So I don't know if they're just going to talk on this bus and then Walz will get off with his wife and then they'll go to the other bus. One of our viewers thinks the other bus is a staff bus. Randy J, I don't know where their first stop is. I don't have a list of the stops. So we'll see. Because the bus isn't leaving yet. Well, Jolly Man thinks the other bus has snacks on it. Hey, thanks for your support on Twitch. ProgTM, thanks for the gift subscription. Thank you to A Moment of Lovely for the bits. I really appreciate that. Thanks, I Got That Fire, for subscribing on Twitch. Thanks, Flaps15 for the community subs. Flaps15, thank you so much. Thanks also, Annie Kush, for subscribing on Twitch as well. We'll see what happens. Hang on here. Are they still playing music? Yeah, they're still playing music. They're still playing music. We still got the music. I bet, I don't know. Oh, they're moving. Security's on the move. Secret Service is on the move. Secret Service is on the move. It looks like they're getting ready to go. It looks like they're getting ready to go. Now, will we have coverage of them driving to the next stop? That I do not know. I don't really know what coverage we have. Tomorrow we will have DNC coverage and maybe protest coverage. Stacy says that is a sweet bus. There are lights on the bus. Breaking news. Breaking news, the bus is moving. The bus is going somewhere. Breaking news. So they didn't speak at this stop. They're supposed to do a bunch of meet and greets. All right. Now, will we get... I think we're going to get more footage here. I got to see what Reuters does. Let me see what Reuters puts up on the screen. The second bus, there is the second bus. What I was really hoping is that they would maybe have a camera on the second bus. I don't think they're going to, though. I don't know, though. You never know. Harris Walz, the buses. I wonder, will we be seeing more of these buses during the campaign, after the convention? All right, so the buses are on their way. I am waiting to see what footage I have. I believe I'm supposed to have more footage from the next stop, but I have to wait and see what Reuters says about all of this. Oh, I didn't even check if AFP has anything. I should check them too. All right, as soon as I hear more about what footage I'm supposed to be getting, I will let you know. AFP has restricted footage, so I can't use that. However, I do have a beauty shot of the Democratic Convention venue. I can show you. Oh, that's not, I didn't want to show that. Well, whatever. All right, let's see. All right, so what's it going to say here? Is it going to say more live coverage? I'm waiting to see what it says here on the screen. What is it going to say next? I'm waiting to see. Further live coverage is expected. Further live coverage is expected. How long was I off the screen for? Was I off the screen for like 20 minutes? I took myself off the screen and I didn't realize it. I just realized, wait, I'm not on the screen. I thought I was on most of the time. All right, so we're waiting for more video. Hang on a second here. I kind of want to check. Yeah, David on X says we didn't notice either. I kind of want to check. I wasn't on. Was I on the screen for that long? Let's see. Hold on. Oh my gosh! I did not mean. I was off the screen for a while. Nobody said anything though. I'm sorry about that. Like 15 minutes is crazy. I didn't even realize it. Well, we were watching the footage. I took myself off the screen because we had the footage on. But I meant to take myself off for like one shot, and then I didn't even realize it. No, well, nobody told me. All right, so we're waiting right now because we're supposed to get more video in. I haven't heard yet any. I'm waiting for an update from Reuters about the video. They have not. April Coco thinks she's going to win. We'll have to see. It's close right now. Our moderator Beezy didn't notice. Yeah, usually I'll take myself off the screen on a shot like that when like all four of them were together, and I want to make sure you could see all four of them. And I took myself off, and then I didn't even realize I wasn't on the screen. But it's because people were watching everything. Yeah, what time is the first stop, says Cherry Sour? So, I assume it's not going to take them that long to get wherever they're going. But, and Reuters says further live coverage is expected. So, oops, I got to take off the live Pittsburgh because it's not Pittsburgh right now. But they haven't posted anything on Reuters yet about where the next stop is. So, I'm basically just waiting to see what Reuters has to say about this. So, while we're waiting for more video, I'll take some comments from you guys. Hey, thanks to our new member Yas Trip, and also thanks to our member Pixel Panda, who thought the Secret Service looked badass. I don't have a list of the stops. I don't know if they publicize the list. Maybe it's not public. So I'm just soon Reuters should update. And again, it says further live coverage is expected. So soon we'll have more. It's a mystery tour. Our viewer Broom Deemer says it is a mystery tour. Again, they are in southwest Pennsylvania, which one expert tells AP is kind of the battleground part of the battleground state. Hey, thanks so much, Regular Joe. Regular Joe says, if I were a Democrat, I'd be upset that I had no say in my party's candidate for the most important position in the country, handpicked like China. Well, first of all, they weren't handpicked in the sense that thousands of delegates overwhelmingly voted for her. So just to be clear, she was, the way she became the nominee was the final step in that process was the same as if Biden had become the nominee, which is that the thousands of Democratic National Convention delegates had to vote, and they chose her. That has already been done. But sure, I think certainly I understand the feeling that it would have been great if you could have had a whole primary. Many Democrats are upset that there was not a competitive primary during the regular primary. It was not a competitive primary. There were no realistic alternate candidates. There were no competitive candidates in the primary. And there are some Democrats who've been complaining about that since the primary season. Now, when Biden did pull out of the race, it seems like it's possible. I don't know the details about all the logistics, but it's very possible that for pragmatic logistical reasons, it just wasn't realistic to have a whole primary with people voting in all the 50 states again. So it may have been the case where the party just felt that that you just don't have enough time, that you have the ideal world in the real world. However, there could have been a situation in which, even if there was not another primary vote in all 50 states, there definitely could have been a situation where they did like a mini primary with debates and stuff. But honestly, no other realistic candidate said they were going to run. J.B. Pritzker said he wasn't going to run. Gretchen Whitmer said she wasn't going to run. Josh Shapiro said he wasn't going to run. Who else said they weren't going to run? And I believe Wes Moore from Maryland said he wasn't going to run. Basically, all of the big potential challenger to Roy Cooper of North Carolina said he wasn't going to run and challenge her. So yeah, Gavin Newsom, as people said in the chat, said he wasn't going to run. I believe Mark Kelly from Arizona said he wasn't going to run. So maybe if right after Biden said he was not running again, maybe if one or more of the alternate candidates said, yeah, I want to be considered, maybe we would have had some sort of mini primary. But nobody did it. And now you might say, well, they didn't think they were going to have the support of the party. Maybe so, but so while Regular Joe, first of all, I very much appreciate your support. Second of all, I appreciate your comment because it's an interesting comment. I would say that while certainly I think in an ideal world, you could have had another, I think many Democrats would say in an ideal world, you would have just had a whole primary where people could vote again in a competitive primary. Practical considerations may have made that impossible. And also, she was overwhelmingly chosen by the thousands of delegates. And let me say this as well. I certainly have not seen polling information suggesting that like Democrats hate her and most of them want somebody else. I have not seen that kind of polling information. So I don't think, I don't know that, I would not agree with handpicked like China to be an accurate description. But I do understand your concern and wish that, and your thought you expressed saying that I think a lot of Democrats would have preferred having a competitive primary and being able to go through a full primary process with people voting in all the states on multiple candidates. So thank you to Regular Joe. And also thank you, Michael O. as well. I really appreciate it, Michael O. By the way, we're waiting for next stop on coming up soon. Next stop on Harris Walz PA bus tour. How's that for the headline? They're supposed to make a next stop, and we're supposed to see it. I don't have like a bus tracker. Let me see something here. Yeah, so we're just waiting. Thank you to Leon Yoder, who thinks the entire fiasco was orchestrated by the Democratic Party as an elites in an evil scheme to stop RFK Jr. from becoming the nominee. That's what Leon Yoder thinks. That's why there was that was the idea of not having a competitive primary. That's from our viewer Leon Yoder. Thank you, Leon, for your support of the channel. No, so Nitz Guy asked a good question saying, isn't it true that she's not the nominee until the convention? The answer is actually no, because the Democratic Party already did they already actually had a roll call vote, a virtual roll call vote. Right. So AP, I'm reading an AP article right now, and it says, in the 2024 Democratic Convention, the ceremonial vote is non-binding and cannot undo or modify the results of the earlier official vote to nominate Harris, held over 5 days in the first week of August. So, the result from the official vote, which already happened, I believe was done virtually, was from early August, was 4,563 votes for Harris and 52 for President. An additional 79 delegates did not cast votes. So the vast, vast majority of delegates voted for Harris, and that vote already took place, and it is official. She is officially the nominee. But they're having a ceremonial roll call at the convention. State delegations will still call out their votes from the convention floor in a session presided over by the convention secretary, says AP. But that will be a ceremonial roll call. I assume that'll be tomorrow. Yes, the roughly 4,700 delegates charged with picking a nominee to lead the ticket already did so from locations around the globe on their laptops and devices in relative isolation from each other, says AP. There was none of the pomp and fanfare that usually accompany the selection of the party's standard bearer, but there will be a ceremonial roll call at the convention. There's a restaging of the vote. And the DNC is calling it a celebratory roll call. And then, let's see here. Walz will speak on Wednesday night and Harris will speak on Thursday night. So we're waiting for I would say any moment now. We're waiting for more video of the next stop on the bus tour. We don't get video of the bus driving around, but we're waiting for video of the next stop on the bus tour. Maybe we should do a poll question on the DNC. How about this? I was maybe going to ask about the possible protests. I'm going to ask a question about the protests. Will any of the protests outside the DNC get out of hand? I'll ask that. I know get out of hand is a little bit kind of unclear or subject to interpretation, but I will ask that question anyway. Oops, did it work or not? Yes. So let me ask a poll question while we wait for the next stop on the tour. And then I'll show you what people are saying in our poll result. Okay, here's what our YouTube viewers say as we wait for the next stop on the bus tour. Um, 62% of our YouTube viewers say yes. There will be at least one protest that gets out of hand. Interpret that as you will. I mean, you know what I mean. Maybe there's some violence or things getting broken or a lot of people getting arrested or something. I hope it doesn't happen. But that's the kind of thinking I was going for. And then over there on Twitch, it's about half and half on Twitch. Oops. On Twitch it is 50-50 on Twitch. Whereas on YouTube it's 64 yes, 36 no. Hey, thanks so much to Carrie Poteet. She says the DNC has disappointed her the last 10 years, and she says she's not a Trump fan. Thank you, Carrie Poteet, for your support. And also thank you to Regular Joe for your support. Regular Joe says, I am an immigrant and I love our two-party system. I have concerns about Marxist ideology being accepted by certain Democrats. Thank you, Regular Joe, for your support of the channel and your comments. I really appreciate it. Regular Joe. Social Live says estimated is 100,000 protesters. I read an article today that said at least 20,000. I read an article yesterday that said 30 to 40,000. So it's supposed to be tens of thousands, I can tell you that. All right, I'm gonna take down these polls now. But we very well, so people on YouTube, more people on YouTube than Twitch, think that there's that at least one of the protests will get out of hand. We very well might have protest coverage tomorrow, depending on how the protests are. But I am supposed to possibly get some video coverage from the protest. I have an update here. But I think Hamas released a statement, by the way. So let me see if I can get the statement from Hamas as we wait for the next stop on the bus tour. Give me a moment here. Give me a moment. Can I find the Hamas statement? I don't even see it. But Hamas just made an announcement of some sort. I don't know if they said they reject the offer. Let me just see something here. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to get update about the Hamas statement. I'm seeing reports that Hamas may have rejected the current proposal, but I'm not sure. So hang on while I get you this update about Hamas. I'm just seeing it right now. It's a little confusing. I'm seeing some different interpretations of what they're saying. So while we wait for more video, we could end up doing more coverage of the Israel situation. We'll see, depending on what the news is. I'm seeing reporting that claims that Hamas has rejected the ceasefire agreement. But give me a moment and let me just see if I can actually confirm that. We may end up doing some Israel coverage if that's the case. Al Jazeera reports. Oh, I don't know that they've rejected it. So Al Jazeera says, Hamas says, we affirm our commitment to what we agreed on July 2nd. We call on the mediators to assume their responsibilities and oblige Israel to implement what was agreed on. So it's a little confusing. Are they saying like, well, we could agree on something next week if you change it, or like, we're just done talking? It's a little confusing. Hey, a quick thank you to Allie B from Tennessee. I really appreciate it. She says lots of Californians have moved to Nashville, Texas, and Florida. And thank you, Carrie Poteet, for the gift memberships. I appreciate that, Carrie Poteet. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Make sure you thank somebody if they give you a gift membership. While we're waiting for the next video of the next campaign stop, I'm trying to get you an update on the Hamas situation here. It's a little confusing. So I don't want to report something that I don't actually know what it means. So it sounds to me like Hamas is saying that they don't agree with the proposals so far in the ceasefire talks from last week. But that's different than saying, that's it, we're done. And also, it's thought that if the ceasefire talks fail, you could soon have a retaliatory attack on Israel from Iran and Hezbollah. But, you know, I haven't heard a statement from them yet. All right, hang on a moment. Hang on a moment here. Jason Santoro asked about who's going to win the election. We don't know. It's the polling is very close right now. All right, so waiting. Has Reuters posted yet? Reuters has not posted yet where the next stop is. I would think it can't take them that long to get there, because they landed in Pittsburgh. The buses took off, what, 15 minutes ago? Is the next stop in Rochester? Definitely. I read that there was a Rochester stop, but I don't know that that's the next stop. I'm going to actually look up on Google Maps how far Rochester is from Pittsburgh. But I don't know if that's the next stop. They're supposed to make several stops. According to Google Maps, Pittsburgh International Airport to Rochester is a 23-minute drive. It's 19 miles. So I know they're supposed to see people at each stop. I don't know what the deal is. I would certainly think that they're going to be speaking at some of these stops. It would seem strange to me if they didn't speak at the stops. But I don't know for sure. You know, you'd think they'd want to have events where they speak so they can, like, broadcast it. Let's see, does Reuters have anything in their article? Let's see. Nope, doesn't say. Hey, thank you so much, Regular Joe, for your support. Regular Joe thinks peace needs to be negotiated directly with Iran. That's what Regular Joe thinks, instead of Hamas. Would Hamas be okay with that, though, Regular Joe? Regular Joe says, I choose no sides as it is a fairly complex situation. I hope they find peace fast. Me too, Regular Joe. Thanks so much for your support, Regular Joe. It's really nice of you. So how much time has it been since the buses left? It had to be like 20 minutes, right? I'm looking on my own coverage, and I'm rewinding it, and I'm seeing All right, here's live. Yeah, guys, it's been the buses left 27 minutes ago, according to my calculations here. So there have to be, it's got to be soon. I mean, where are they driving? It's been like a half hour. It's been like a half hour. By the way, I didn't know what this was kind of an experimental thing to cover because I didn't know, where they're stopping and what kind of video we're getting and stuff, but we are supposed to get more video. Do they have a bus tracker app? My guess is no. I'm assuming I can't track the, oh, do you mean like flight radar, like bus radar? No. Ooh, maybe, I'm going to check. I'm going to check. I have an idea. Check a couple things here. So they are going to at some point going to Rochester. See if I can, I'll check a couple different sources and see if I can figure anything out. So we're waiting. We'll see what the next stop is. Oops, hold on a second. Oh, Tokra Samni mentioned, I didn't see this. We actually saw them taking this picture. Guys, we saw them taking this picture. Check it out. Thank you, Tokra, for sending this to me. There's Tim Walz, and he says road trip. We saw them taking these pictures in our footage. Well, there's the actual pictures from there's the actual selfies. All right. Neat. But where are they? Where are they? I'd like to get you the next stop. Don't want to make you wait. In terms of tomorrow, so as of right now, Reuters says they're going to have some protest coverage starting at 1 Eastern time, although that could change. But they say they're supposed to have it. So what I think we're going to do tomorrow is do some protest coverage and then coverage of the convention. The convention starts at the official start time of the convention. I'm literally going to their schedule. The official start time for the stuff on Monday night is the doors open at 4 Central, and then night one gavel in is 5:15. So 6:15 is when 6:15 Eastern is when the DNC starts. 6:15 Eastern. So we'd come on a little bit before then. And of course, if there's like big Israel stuff or whatever, we'll be covering that too. I don't know how that's all going to work. Yeah, Shaggy, I'm going to have to eat soon too. Oh, I didn't even end why did I not end the poll in YouTube? I just ended that poll. Let's see here. Yeah, right fielder says Biden speaks tomorrow. In terms of the speakers at the DNC, we have hold Hold on a moment. I'll tell you. Sorry, I want to get a little... Where is it here? So, AP says a complete schedule has not been released. But, Walz is going to speak Wednesday. Harris is going to speak Thursday. Biden is going to speak Monday. Also, Obama and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Michelle Obama are all expected to speak. Hold on a second here. I got to do this. Oh, our viewer Bruning Imagery says C-SPAN just started their coverage of the event. Is that the idea, that C-SPAN is covering it? So that means it should start soon? Hang on a second here. Wait, you're saying C-SPAN is covering the convention event? I mean, the bus tour event? Give me a moment here. I don't see it. I'm checking C-SPAN and I see the convention and I see the protest. They're talking to somebody at the convention hall, and they're showing like a march. That's what they're showing on C-SPAN. I don't see them covering the campaign stop. Oh, C-SPAN has something on their schedule? PBS has it on YouTube. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yes, it is now 2:19 p.m. C-SPAN says Harris and Walz campaign in Rochester, and they have it starting in 5 minutes. Okay, so it sounds like in a few minutes we will see them in Rochester, Pennsylvania. Thanks for staying with me. I wasn't sure of the schedule today, but it sounds like they're going to be in Rochester in just a few minutes. I want to read you about the protests, too. So Reuters, as we wait to get the video of the campaign stop, Reuters reported, this was 2 days ago, pro-Palestinian activists plan to march on the DNC, hoping Harris will hear them. They say, Reuters says that when Harris at the DNC will be met head-on with voters protesting one of her thorniest electoral issues, the Biden administration's aid to Israel. A coalition of some 200 social justice organizations is going forward with their plan to march at the DNC on Monday. Despite a late decision by Biden, the main focus of their ire to step down from the top of the ticket. Pro-Palestinian activists resent the Biden administration's funding of Israel during its war against Hamas. Let me see here. And what did it say about the numbers here? Hold on a second. I thought this had numbers in it, this article. Maybe it doesn't anymore, or maybe it did. Let's see. Yes. One of the organizers, Hatem Abu Daya, a spokesperson for the March on DNC coalition, said crowds are expected to peak in the tens of thousands of people on Monday and Thursday. He said, he said most people would be coming from Palestinian and Arab communities in Illinois and neighboring states. Also, the coalition of protesting groups includes groups advocating for a range of causes, including reproductive rights and racial justice. But somebody else said this. This is from the Reuters article. Organizers have said that the march at the DNC, outside the DNC, will be family friendly. Still, some onlookers worry that the combination of a heavy police presence, throngs of protesters, and potentially ill-intentioned agitators could combust as it did on college campuses in the spring. One Harris delegate, M. Imad Salem, told Reuters he thought it was going to be a mess in Chicago starting Sunday. We'll have to see. Again, we're waiting any moment now. We should get video from the next stop on the bus tour. I believe it is Rochester, Pennsylvania. Mayo thinks there will be chaos in Chicago. And AP says demonstrations are expected every day of the convention. While their agendas vary, many activists agree an immediate ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war is the priority. Organizers say they expect at least 20,000 activists, including students who protested the war on college campuses. The city has designated a park about a block from the United Center for a speaker's stage. The United Center is where the DNC will take place. So thank you for being here with our live coverage. Again, any moment now, we're supposed to get footage from the next stop on the bus tour. Let me just check one more thing here. Oops. James Henry Healy is watching from Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Alan Mandel says, will violent demonstrations derail the DNC messages and cause a backlash? We are still waiting for the next stop on the bus tour. We already saw them arrive in Pittsburgh. Let me see if there's any other big news updates here. Barak Ravid says Hamas rejects the new U.S. bridging proposal. The new proposal addresses Netanyahu's conditions, especially with regard to his refusal to stop the war and fully withdraw from Gaza and to continue to control the Philadelphia corridor and Netzarim corridor. The proposal sets new conditions regarding the prisoner exchange process and withdraws from previous clauses in a way that does not allow reaching an agreement. So Barak Ravid says Hamas rejects the new U.S. bridging proposal. Where that leaves the situation, there's supposed to be more ceasefire negotiations this week. And I believe that Hezbollah and Iran might be waiting for those negotiations to play out before attacking Israel, as they have said they're going to do in response to a couple of assassinations a few weeks ago. But we'll have to see. Still waiting to get our video. Thanks for your patience. James Willis says, how much protesting will there be in Chicago tomorrow? Supposedly tens of thousands of protesters. But we don't know. We don't have an exact number. We'll have to see how many people show up. Mythical says, if they come to a ceasefire agreement, will Iran still attack Israel? I'm not optimistic about a ceasefire agreement, but it's possible they wouldn't. I honestly don't know. Sean D says, I am in Chicago. Thousands of protesters are already here. The general vibe seems alarming. That's what Sean D, our viewer, said. Randy J says, this should be starting soon. Yes, it should be starting soon. I agree with you. Again, I'm sorry for the delay. After Pennsylvania, the appearances, says Reuters, Kamala Harris will go on to Chicago for the Democratic convention. Reuters says the Trump campaign will try to counter-program the Democratic convention with a series of swing state events this week. Trump will visit a manufacturing facility in York, Pennsylvania on Monday, where his campaign says he will focus on the economy, and a county sheriff's office in Howell, Michigan on Tuesday to talk about safety and crime. Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, will travel to Asheboro, North Carolina on Wednesday for remarks on national security. And on Friday, Trump will join Turning Point Action, a group founded by conservative activist Charlie Kirk, for a rally in Glendale, Arizona, aimed at highlighting efforts to boost turnout. Maybe if I have video of it, we'll cover the Trump rally on Friday. Again, we're just waiting right now for the next stop on this bus tour, which I believe is Rochester. C-SPAN has updated their site. They now have it at 2:35. They say 2:35, Vice President Harris and Governor Walz campaign in Rochester. They have it listed as starting at 2:35 p.m. Eastern Time. They changed it from 2:25, and the actual time is 2:31. And they say it is supposed to be a speech. It's supposed to be a speech. All right, well, I assume we'll have video of it. Zonti Misfit says, what if there are pro-Israeli protesters? Well, hopefully they don't get into it with the pro-Palestinian protesters. But there could be there. You're talking about starting at the DNC this week. So the latest, we have a new, very often there, when I'm on the air, there is some claim being claimed on social media by all these accounts who repeat each other, yet no news outlets are reporting it. So the new one I'm seeing now is some people are writing to me saying, has there been a car bombing in Tel Aviv? And there's all these accounts posting about it, yet I am looking at all the many, many Israeli news outlets and journalists I follow, and I have not seen anything about a car bombing yet. I will say this. Let's see here. So Or Ravid says, police officials say, at N12 News, he says, police officials say a person was carrying a bomb that exploded. That's what I am seeing right now. A person was carrying a bomb that exploded, and it says one man was killed. So when I actually get good information for you, I will tell you about that. I am looking right now on Times of Israel. Not seeing anything about it there. Let's see. Oh, I found it. Guys, here, I got it. Times of Israel said a man was killed in an explosion in his vehicle. Police sources tell Hebrew media the motive is likely criminal, not terror. There you go, okay? Again, a man was killed in an explosion in his vehicle. Police sources tell Hebrew media it is likely not terror, that it was criminal of some sort. I don't know what criminal behavior this person might have been up to. But just to be clear, so please be careful with the... so it does not look like a car bombing. Put it that way, if that's the case. In the sense of like a terrorist car bombing. As we wait for this event to start. It was some sort of explosion in a car, I guess, in a truck. If I hear more, I'll let you know. Okay, now one of our viewers said something. Oh, C-SPAN is showing something. So are we going to get the video of this? C-SPAN is showing... I can't steal the C-SPAN video, but I should get video from Reuters. They're showing Harris on the phone. So, hang on a moment here. Hang on a moment. I assume we'll get videos soon. Are they like, or maybe they're like calling, they're showing Harris, Walz, and the two spouses on the phone at the Beaver County Democratic Committee. But they're supposed to do a speech. It looks like maybe they're doing a thing. It looks like maybe they're doing a thing where they make like they call donors or something. You know, sometimes politicians will make campaign phone calls. But they're not speaking yet. Yeah, so I can't use the C-SPAN footage, but they are not speaking. They're not actually doing a speech right now. All right, so hopefully we get something soon. JD Riddle says Fox has footage of the same phone bank. Yeah, so the problem is, here's the problem. Okay. So MSNBC is showing it too. The network pool, there's like a network pool that networks pay lots of money to be in. They are showing they're showing Harris and Walz calling Pennsylvania voters. But I don't have that. I can't use that footage. I have certain Reuters footage I can use. And I can't use that footage. And AFP is showing it too, but that has restrictions. That's if you like, that's for the people in the networks and the network pool to use. So I'm hoping they give a speech right after this. If they don't, that could be a problem. So I can see it right now. If you turn like one of our viewers said, Fox is showing it, MSNBC is showing it. It's just them at a table. I thought we'd see more. They're at the Beaver County Democratic Committee. All right. Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to see if they make a speech at this stop. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them a chance to make a speech at this stop. If they take another half-hour drive somewhere, I don't know if I'm going to stay on for that. But we'll see what happens. As I mentioned, this is a bit of an experimental stream because I saw that we were going to have some video coverage of their bus tour. And as you can see, Reuters says further live coverage is expected. But I don't know exactly what the stops are and what they're going to do and what we're going to see. Yes, they are phone banking, as J.K. Senar says. They are phone banking. All right, Walz is off the phone. Harris is on the phone. Doug Emhoff is on the phone. Harris, I think, is now off the phone. Let me see what's happening. Harris is off the phone, but now Walz is back on the phone. And Doug Emhoff is still on the phone. Oh, what's happening now? There's another video now. Let's see. I have other video. Are they leaving? What just happened? All right. So the appearance, the brief appearance of Harris and Walz at the Beaver County Democratic Committee that was being run on the networks, that now is over. So maybe if they're going to make a speech, maybe they'll do it soon, because I guess the phone banking is done. Trying to get you more information here. Hey, thanks so much to John Eric Edvardson in Norway, who says people are getting calls from Harris. New phone, who's dis? Who dis? That's what John says. Thank you also to T-Nick, our new member. Thank you, T-Nick. Again, I am waiting to see if they're going to speak at this stop. Did C-SPAN post anything else about the schedule? Let's see here. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. I'm waiting to find out. They just, but again, Harris and Walz just called some Pennsylvania voters. You know what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen. Oh, I see it. Guys, there is a speech coming up. I see a podium. I see a podium. There is a podium. Yes, there's a speech coming up. It says, and there is a banner behind the podium that says Pennsylvania for Harris Walz. So hopefully we will have coverage from this speech because I can see it. This is I can see the pool footage, but I'm hoping we have footage on this as well, on this shot as well. So hopefully we can get that. But I can confirm there is a speech coming up and there is a podium set up. So let's hope that we have coverage of that. But I can confirm to you that there is a podium and there is a microphone and there is a banner that says Harris Walz. So I'm really hoping that I get the footage that I can use of this. Hey, thanks Walter Beasley, who says Sunday traffic. Thank you, Walter. I appreciate it. I'm looking, but there is definitely a podium. Pennsylvania for Harris. I mean, normally if Reuters has like an extra feed like this, like the one I'm using, it'll have the big events. So I would think they'll have the speech, but if they don't, I won't be a happy camper. Thanks, Javaris, our viewer. Joshua A. says the cameraman probably got arrested for speeding to beat the bus there. You know, what happens is there's the network pool feed, which I can't use. I cannot use. But then Reuters will sometimes have their own camera people at these events. And I believe that's how so we did see, we got to see them arriving, at the airport. So I'm really hoping that we get to see them speak. Doing my best. I'm also checking for updates here. Just checking for updates. I'll be annoyed if I don't have coverage of the speech. I don't know how long they'll speak. It's supposed to be both. I assume it's both Harris and Walz speaking. Tracks and Relax says, I am watching at Harris for President headquarters here in Punxsutawney, and her speech is going to be live. The question is do I have video? Do I have video that I can show you of the speech? That's going to be the question. That is our big question. Thanks to all of our moderators as we wait to find out. It's like a cliffhanger. Thanks so much. Hey, we got Idaho Star. I got that fire. Sarah and Surly Dev are moderating on Twitch. Over there on Facebook, Kay Lowry Body is moderating. Thank you, Kay. And thanks to our YouTube moderators. Ruth Krafasi has been over there. Beezy, Cynthia Moon. I really appreciate it. And also, Linda Belk and Larry moderate for us on X. The speech has not started yet, just so you know. There's just a podium and people waiting. I have my fingers crossed that I will get coverage of it. Guys, people keep asking about it. I do, like the Iran and Israel streams, I do them when there's big developments. There's really not a lot of big developments right now that are new in the Iran-Israel situation. And also, given that the ceasefire negotiations are going on, I don't expect there to be an attack right now. If any of that changes, I'll do a stream. But people will say, like, do your coverage of it. And it's like, well, if I'm just sitting there and nothing's happening, it's not really good news coverage. It's not really a benefit to any of you. So I will cover it when there's stuff to cover. I can't make I'm not the one who makes the news. I can't force there to be news. You know, it's one thing if we think there's a decent chance that there might be an attack, and then I'll be on the air covering it. But I get the sense right now that the wait is for the ceasefire talks to play out. That's wrong. See, Kathy says you did it for days with no developments. But you're just not using your thinking cap, Kathy. As I just said, for days, it was expected that an attack could happen at any time. I can't determine whether there's going to be an attack. But as I said during my coverage and as I just said 2 minutes ago, if I think that there's a decent likelihood of something happening, I will go on the air for that. I can't control whether it happens or not. So, yes, we were on the air for a number of days when there was no attack. But I can confidently say that when we were on the air, there was a lot of expert opinion that thought that an attack could happen at any time, and that's why we were on the air. And if that's the general consensus again, if I have good reason to think an attack might happen, I will come on the air. Oilers Nation says, if Hamas has rejected the deal, we should start hearing reports soon of a response coming. Yeah, I mean, Hamas released a statement today, but it kind of sounds like to me like they've rejected what's been negotiated so far. But I don't know that the statement today means that there's going to be no more talks this coming week. As far as I'm aware, there's still supposed to be talks this week. So again, we're just waiting here. I'm really hoping to have coverage of this speech that's about to happen. It looks like it's going to happen shortly with Walz and Harris. I'm really hoping. But the speech has not started yet. I can't steal the. Okay, now I'm worried because I'm starting to see people come in. Are we not going to have coverage of this speech? I might end up wrapping up this coverage. All right, I'm really bummed right now. I am seeing on the network pool feed, which I don't have access to, I'm going to give it a minute here, but Kamala Harris is there and she's about to make a speech. It's very strange because the vast majority of time that Reuters is live, like you can see, they have a live footage, and it says it's live footage for the bus tour. The vast majority of time, I would have access to this through this feed that you're seeing right now. For whatever reason, I don't have it. So if I knew that I wouldn't have access to these things, I wouldn't have come on the air. But again, I don't know why they're doing a live stream of the bus tour if they're not actually at any of the stops on the bus tour. The point of the live stream that you're looking at right now is that it's multiple stops on the tour. They didn't end the stream. So if I can't show you anything, it's not really a helpful stream for you. I do apologize. Well, I'm going to give it a minute here, but you know, the vast majority of the time, if Reuters has their own live stream and they say we're covering this, then I would be seeing the speech right now. But I'm not seeing the speech right now, so I am not happy about that because I don't want you to come on the air and think you're going to see stuff and then not see it. But I would not have come on the air if I didn't think we were going to see the stuff from the bus tour. So I don't know. I mean, maybe there was an issue there getting their camera in there or something. But I'm literally seeing the speech start, and unfortunately, I can't give it to you because all I have access. All I can see is the network pool feed. Well, I'm going to give it 2 more minutes, but I'm really bummed. I don't know that this has ever happened before. I don't know that I've ever seen where they do like a special live feed for the bus tour and then or for something like this, and then you don't actually have the events. Yeah, I don't know that they would have done a live feed. They would have just normally, if all they were going to have was the airport, they normally would have just ended the stream. They wouldn't say further live coverage is expected. So I'm pretty bummed, guys. They're not. His wife is about. Walz's wife is speaking now, Gwen Walz. So I'm sorry. I'm annoyed, and I hate. Believe me, I really hate. We got to see them arrive at the airport, but if that's all we were going to see, I would not have gone live for them arriving at the airport. The point was to cover the campaign. So, like what's happening right now. Anyways, so I think I might wrap up this stream, guys, because it doesn't look like we're going to have much. I don't really get it. Probably 5 minutes after I wrap up, they'll show it, but maybe I'll give it a second. Let me just, should I wait? Should I wait it out? Should I wait 5 more minutes and see? Because Kamala Harris isn't speaking yet, and Tim Walz isn't speaking yet. So maybe I'll wait a second. I'll wait a couple minutes, but I'm not optimistic, unfortunately. That's really annoying. It's really annoying. Yeah, I'll wait a second. If Kamala or Tim Walz start speaking and we don't have it yet, I think that's going to be it. I just don't know why they did a separate stream if they couldn't cover anything. It says various locations. Literally, this stream says various locations. Well, we haven't seen we've seen 1 location so far. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do other coverage. Again, with the Israel stuff, with the Iran stuff, with the Ukraine stuff, I will cover it if there are big developments. If there's big developments, I will cover it. I can't tell you in advance if I'm going to cover it today because I don't know if it's going to be big developments. Thank you, by the way, to Sweetums for the gift memberships. I appreciate that, Sweetums. Yes, so Gwen Walz, who is the wife of Tim Walz, is speaking right now. And I'm just sitting here holding out a 1% degree of hope that somehow I'll get the feed as soon as Kamala or Tim Walz start speaking, but I'm not very optimistic at this point. So I do really apologize. I am annoyed. Well, yeah, and somebody says like somebody on TikTok is showing it. Look, I don't know what other channels do. I cannot show footage I don't have the rights to. Repeat after me, everyone. I cannot show you footage I don't have the rights to. So I don't care what anyone else does. I just care what I do. Thank you for the gift membership, Sweetums. I appreciate that. And thanks to the gifter who gave a gift sub to Fweaky Beats. And thank you also on Twitch. And thanks TechSlug. Thank you TechSlug for the gift subs on Twitch. And Softball Paul, thanks for subscribing on Twitch. Good. A couple people repeated me in the chat. That's great. Thank you. Again, I am aware that the event has started and that Gwen Walz is speaking. Unfortunately, so far, the Reuters feed I have the rights to is not showing it. I don't know why Reuters has this live feed going if they're not going to be covering any of the events. But it happened. You know what? They could have had a camera person who was supposed to be there and it didn't work out or whatever. So, you know. I'm giving it a couple minutes just to see if the footage cuts in before. Maybe we'll get footage of this speech before Tim Walz and Kamala Harris speak. But as you know, I don't come on the air unless I'm pretty certain I have stuff to show you. No, Gwen Walz is still speaking. Now, you guys are literally looking at the live shot I have. The thing on the screen is the live shot I have. It's also strange because, like, they normally wouldn't, how long ago did the plane land? They normally wouldn't just have further live coverage as expected for like an hour. So who's speaking now? Now, all right, hold on. So now Doug Emhoff is speaking, Kamala Harris's husband. So as soon as, if we get to the point in the speech where Harris or Walz is speaking and I don't have coverage, then I'm going to wrap up the stream. Yeah, it's just, again, I don't have access to the super expensive network-only pool footage. That I cannot show you. But Reuters is supposed to have a camera at some of these events. Yeah, normally, as John Lavender said, if they were not going to have coverage of anything, it would just say the live stream has ended. Thanks, Skier Mindy, for watching over there on Twitch, on X. Yeah, there is a chance. There's a small chance. I would say it's like vanishingly small that they would only cover, say, Walz and Harris speaking, not their spouses. But I don't know why they would do that. Anyways, thanks to our member Ryan2426. Well, it was a little bit of it was certainly an uncertain thing coming on to cover this because I didn't know what the coverage would be like. But normally, if they have a separate live stream, they would be at the events. But we will be doing again. I definitely do have coverage of the footage of the Democratic convention, and I should have. There's a decent chance I'll have protest footage tomorrow too. But currently, Kamala Harris's husband is speaking. So I'm just going to give it a chance. I'm going to give it one last chance to see if they cut to the speech. No, I'm literally watching it. It's Doug Emhoff speaking. This might have been our least eventful live stream in a long time. That was not the intention. Believe me, that was not the intention. A lot of the DNC protesters outside the DNC will be protesting the support of the support of Israel by the Biden administration. A lot of them will be protesting that. Oh, Walz is speaking now. All right, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. I know what happened. Just to explain again. Reuters had their own stream, which was supposed to be dedicated to the bus tour. They covered the airport arrival because we had footage of it. It said various locations. So my understanding was that they would be covering other events on the bus tour, including the speech that's going on right now. As you can see, they still have their stream up, and it says further live coverage is expected, but it looks like they're not covering the speech. No, it's not a question of refresh. You're literally seeing the live thing. So, and Tim Walz is speaking now. So, and they're not covering it. So maybe they had difficulties getting people to these venues. I don't know. So I really do apologize. I feel terrible. I would not come on the air just to show you Kamala Harris arriving at an airport without even a speech. So I don't want to, I don't come on the air unless I think there's going to be something that's going to be important for you guys to watch. Anyways, so I'll start wrapping up this stream. Again, I feel terrible about it. But what can you do? I tried. But I will have coverage of the Democratic convention. That I can guarantee you. I appreciate our moderators so I really appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out. And again, I do apologize. Thank you to our moderators as well, Ruth Grafasi, very much, Danny James. And by the way, it's possible I'll miss some other. I don't know that there'll be. It's possible that in 45 minutes they speak somewhere else, but I'm not going to stay on the air to that because I have to assume at this point that they might not have it. So we'll move on. But Danny James, Ruth Grafasi, Beezy, Cynthia Moon, all of our YouTube moderators, thank you so much. Linda Belk and Larry on X, on Twitch, all of our moderators. David Green, Idaho Star, I Got That Fire, Sarah, and Surly Dev. And our Facebook moderators too. Kay Lowry Body has been there today. But yeah, what can I say? I thought we were going to have it. I thought we were going to have coverage of the bus tour. We had the airport and nothing else, so far. And subscribe, follow Agenda Free TV. We cover all kinds of live breaking news here. We will have coverage of the Democratic convention. I can guarantee you that. And maybe some protests tomorrow. And also, what was I going to say? Let's see here. Oh, thank you, J.D. Riddle, for your support. Thanks to everybody who donated. Again, I feel really bad that we don't have this speech. But I really appreciate your support for the channel. Thank you so much. You're the ones who let this channel exist. So thanks to everybody who donated. And again, I do greatly apologize that we didn't have more. I really thought we'd be getting more live shots from this stream. But we don't. We don't have it, so there's nothing I can do. Let's see. And follow me on X for live breaking news coverage. On X at Lookner, I will post. The headline's not even correct now. I'm not going to fix the headline. I thought we were going to have the next stop on the Harris Walz bus tour coming up soon. Follow me on X for live coverage when I'm not on the air, at Lookner on X. And shout out, thanks to our Discord moderators. And turn on the notifications. We have a free notification system that lets you find out when we're going live. You sign up once, it's free, and you get sent a notification whenever we go live. The mods will post a link to the notifications in the chat. I know you wouldn't know it from this coverage, but normally we have a lot of breaking news on our streams. But even though you wouldn't know it from this stream. So sign up for that. And you can also, at the same link, check out our Discord chat, which is a chat where you can chat with other viewers when we are not on the air. And that's also free. Shout out to our Facebook subscribers. Oh, by the way, Ronald Egnor was moderating too. Also, Margaret Riley was there. Thanks for them to moderating on Facebook as well. Really appreciate it. And thanks Andrea Shantoplin for your kind words. And thanks, Susan Priest Buchner. Thanks to our subscribers on Facebook, like Susan Priest Buchner, Robert Rial II, Kay Lowry Body, Lou Green, Eve Richards, Margaret Riley. Really appreciate all of our subscribers over there on Facebook. Leanne Ticknor. Let's see here. all of our other Facebook subscribers and our Twitch subscribers. Big thanks to you. Shaggy, Wall Street, I Got That Fire, Jack's Animals, Gina Pita, Graybeard Games, Annie Cush, Ascertainment, and Shaggy, Linnea Supernatural, Clearly Crystal Clear, Hamburger 03, 3R040, I Got That Fire, Blue Pip, thanks for subscribing, and all of our other subscribers on Twitch. Sean says the plane view was cool. I'm glad we got to do that, but I mean, I can't believe Reuters would not normally have a bus tour stream if the only thing on the stream was going to be the first stop. So I do apologize. I don't know where the next stop is, but I'm not waiting for it. I hope I don't miss some big news not waiting for it. But yeah, Kamala Harris is speaking now. I'm so annoyed. I feel bad. I greatly apologize. I would not have come on the air if I did not realize I was going to have so little from the stream I had access to. That was not the intention. Anyways, thanks to our YouTube members like Evelyn in Maine, Mythical, Ali T, Tim747, Zonti Misfit, CAC813, The Lucky Minute, Linny Cran, Musculin Cargo Games, Akeem Idler, Ken Alloway, Waltham, Laura Harris, Bruning Imagery, Donna Smith, thanks for being our YouTube members, Night of Fire, Pops1, Ann Breedenstein, ICU, Jagged Glass, Pixel Panda, Yael, Wickedest Witch, AC, Chaz, Mayo, Mary McHugh2, Big Sky, Doug Cahill, Jason D, Trent Hogan. Thanks to all of our YouTube members, Xylee, ShadowNet, Deb R, and Jen Robb, and all the Watchmen, Paula Faust, J.K. Senar, and all the rest of our members. Thank you. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I am sorry. This stream did not work out the way I thought it would, but I tried. Well, tomorrow we will have DNC, Democratic Convention coverage. We may have protest coverage. If there's developments in the Israel-Iran stream or other streams warrant, I will have coverage of those. I will do other coverage as well if developments warrant, such as Israel, Iran, or other news. So I'll keep my eye out. But definitely we'll have DNC coverage tomorrow. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Again, thanks Jason Wonder for being there. And thank you to Wine Country Stackin', and Beanie Weenie, and Ron Lolordo, and all of our other viewers. Again, I greatly apologize that we didn't have more of the actual campaign stops. I thought we would, but that is it for now. So you've been watching our attempted coverage of the bus tour. All right, guys. That is it for now. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon with more live breaking news coverage, with more actual footage and more actual news happening right here at Agenda Free TV.